Hi, this is Sansan Mashi, and this is a pick a card reading. But first of all, I want to say thank you all so much. It's just time for celebration because I just checked and I have, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, exactly 1,200 subscribers. So woo! Congrats, guys! We made it. I was really excited to see this. Earlier I checked and it was at 11.99, and I was like, woo! One more to go, and it's 1,200. So it's been growing like crazy, and I'm just in extreme gratitude for you guys. And so yeah, this is just gonna be more of a chill pick a card reading, more chill than they've already been, to the point where you guys might ask how chill. So chill that I brought myself some frozen strawberries or blueberries. I was like preparing that joke, so I said strawberries. But anyways, this is a pick a card reading. No! I dropped one of the blueberries. This is a pick a card reading on. Hold on. It was phrased a specific way. This was a suggested pick a card reading from actually my friend, and I feel, I feel comfortable giving a shout out because he also has a channel. His name is Walter Rice. It's a really, really cool channel. Such a sweet, fun-loving guy. So if you guys want to check out another tarot channel, his channel is really cool. Anyways, the pick a card reading suggestion is, who was this person in my past life? Yeah. Alright, so whoever you have in mind, this is a reading on who was this person in your past life. Now, by my opinion and my beliefs, I feel we were all everybody at one point because we're all one. So technically they're everything, So this might just be picking up really strongly on the energy. It is not up to me to decide who your connection is to you. It is up to you to decide. So if this reading says something like, oh, this person seems to be someone like a soulmate, and you're just like, no, there's no way, could not possibly be my soulmate. Trust your intuition, just trust, because they're all just labels at the end of the day. So whatever the connection is to you, if I say it's something else, just disregard it. It's just kind of like the vibe that I get with the cards. So that's what I'll be doing with this reading. So basically I'll probably be saying these are all soulmates and stuff. Oh. Okay, so go ahead and pick a reading 1, 2, or 3. And if you'd like to choose based off of some crystals, I've got this raw amethyst cluster as reading number 1. I have this citrine as reading number 2. And I have a different amethyst inside my necklace that I'll just take out as reading number 3. And you can go ahead and listen to 1, 2, or all of the messages. You can click the timestamps below for getting to those readings much more conveniently. So I just need to remember which crystal is which. Okay, so we're going to get started with reading number 1, the amethyst cluster. So who was this person in a past life, your past life? Who was this person? The Hermit. Interesting. Well, this person in a past life was... Maybe this is like a foil, I think is the literary term, but like their past life was a complete opposite reflection of who they are in this life. So maybe in this life they're super social and very external showing, but in their past life it seems to be they were more within and maybe drawn away and a little bit more isolated. 6 of Swords. In the past life, I'm getting they left. they left like things behind to go towards more peaceful times. So, Eight of Swords. So this is weird. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, they're this, but I'm seeing they were someone that, I guess, you know, we all have karma with everybody. So it looks like there's a lot of karma between you and this person. In a past life, it looks like they needed to get away. They when they did their soul searching and reached their conclusions. By the way, it's just my dog making those noises. She just does that. But anyways, yeah, so I'm getting they needed to get away. When they did all the soul searching, they realized I need to move to smoother waters. They figured that was the best decision for them at that time in this past life. But it's clearly a very strong connection. So like this person in the past life, I think it was with everything in mind of doing what's best for them and still appreciating what the connection is and hoping for someday to come back together. Oh, yeah. So definitely a love connection, which again, by my belief, is absolutely everything that exists in this universe. Which I could be wrong, but by my, like, what I see in life is that everything is about love. That everything's kind of a romance. So I see that this past life connection, this person is obviously someone who shares deep love for you. So whoever they were in this past life, definitely karmic situations going on. As, of course, if you guys know, like, the 3 different, like, common labels is, like, karmic, partner, soulmate, and twin flame. They're all kind of, like, they're all karmic, basically. So basically I'm getting, like, clearly there's karma here, but that doesn't say, like, whether or not you feel an even stronger connection with them. So I feel like this is a very, very strong connection, and there's clearly karma here. So they could be a soulmate, twin flame, be anybody. Again, it's up to you to decide, but this does seem to be like the energy of what you guys were in a past life. And from what I assume, like, our past lives really do have a foundation towards our current life. So chances are these, like, messages, like, feel like they, like, just make sense, or like they call out to you. Like, if it resonates, I think you'll know, even if it's a past life. You can also look into your, like, horoscopes, your like natal chart, and see kind of what people's past lives were kind of more or less supposed to be according to, like, the chart. And that could be something you want to look into if this is like a reading you're very interested in. I actually don't have a lot of information on, like, horoscopes and stuff. But yeah, the High Priestess with this says, like, you definitely know this connection. You definitely felt it right away. Like, this is a connection that is so strong that probably the moment you met this person, you instantly felt the connection. You instantly knew this was a past life connection that really, really means a lot to your soul. So soulmate, twin flame is more or less what I'm getting. So let's see, what does Spirit want to say about what this connection is? 7 of Swords. So first of all, I am getting there's, like, a ton of swords here. There's the 6 of Swords, now there's the 7 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords. So now the other message I'm getting is, if you overthink it, if you think too hard on what is this connection, like, historically, chronologically, what is this connection, that's gonna tip it out of scale. Spirit is saying, get out of your head, think less about what this connection is, allow to feel more. Your heart knows, your heart remembers. So what I want you all to do, this was like a meditation. I don't know if you guys would vibe with his channel, but go for it if you're curious. His name is Aaron Dowdy. I'll put links to both the people I mentioned in this reading, Walter Rice and Aaron Dowdy. I'll put links to their channels in the description as well. But anyways, what he suggested or mentioned is go ahead and put your hands over to your chest and just feel your heartbeat. Like, literally just feel it. It's just like, I don't know, you know that feeling where you're like, this is what's giving me life. It's like we give so much credit to our brain, which is fair, you know, but like sometimes we need to take a minute and realize our heart isn't even thinking with the brain. I mean, I'm sure biologically it's connected, whatever, but it's like it really is doing its own thing for the body, as is every organ and stuff. It's it's keeping us going. It's like this little guy in there is just doing all of this like work to get all the movement going, to make sure we can keep on going. So yeah, I'm seeing like, give your heart more credit, trust your heart more than you have been giving it credit for. I feel like there's a better way to phrase that. Anyways, yeah, and I'm seeing now we've got the 5 of Swords on the back. So there's the 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just all these swords. So I'm seeing this winding down, actually. So this is winding down to the 5 of Swords of like, you've been trying, and now wind it down farther to 4 of Swords, which is contemplation. Peaceful contemplation, where you're not overflowing with thoughts. You're just like, okay, I'm missing something. When you're in that flow, your thoughts will be able to circulate through your body. Maybe Tai Chi is something you'd be interested in. Something that gets your body moving, your energy flowing, stuff like that. I'm just seeing if you can get the reason why you might be feeling blockages right now. It might be that there's literal energy blockages. And by might, I mean this is the case for pretty much everybody. It's the case for me. I am blessed and I'm able to receive acupuncture, and during that I can definitely tell there are blockages, because you will feel when the blockage clears, it feels just like when the dam opens up, but like in your pelvis, and you just feel the blood flow into your leg like way easier than ever, and it's like it's such a process. So definitely consider trying to get the energy flowing. That could even be just standing upside down, like laying up against the wall and like, you know, like doing a headstand or a handstand. And just notice how you feel when you get the blood moving and getting the energy flowing and stuff like that. Or visualize yourself unwinding. Sometimes I do that, and I like unwrap myself and like dance in a circle and like think about like wire uncoiling from me. I visualize that as connections I feel attached to. I visualize that as anxiety, as stress, as anything, just stuff that's around me, and I just like think of myself like shedding this like cocoon. So that might help you a lot. I know I just diverged from what the point of this reading was, but Spirit really wanted those messages to come out. So hope that resonated with you guys. Hope that was helpful. A final message: manifest. This is a connection you've wanted to manifest. So like, there's no such thing as a mistake, you know. Other than like, you know, we make mistakes, yes, but like the universe doesn't. So meeting someone, if you're ever thinking like, was I supposed to meet this person? Was it a bad idea? You chose to manifest this person, and we manifest for a reason. We manifest to learn and to grow. And I wasn't getting you guys were like thinking like, oh, I shouldn't have manifested, but I am seeing like, definitely give yourself credit. Like you did in fact manifest meeting in this lifetime. You created that reality because you are a part of this reality, because you're here. So you manifest everything, and of course there's stuff outside of our individual control, and that's other people manifesting and stuff, but we do create our own realities, which is pretty trippy. So yeah, whatever you're hoping this connection is, or wondering what it is, Spirit is giving confirmation it is what it is because you manifested it. So let me ask, is this connection what you have in mind? If the answer is love, I think you're right. Yep, this is a connect. Yeah, this is the second, like the final step to manifestation, letting go, so that it'll actually manifest in the 3D world. And not just for that, there's just a lot of benefits to it, of letting things go, because then it doesn't really matter if you see it with your eyes anymore, because you just feel the manifestation always. And then fear and doubt kind of show up, you know, and there's kind of that whole back and forth of trying to figure out how you're letting go, and then it's like back, and you like, I need to focus more on letting it go again, and truly letting go, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm just getting this as a confirmation. Definitely this was a part of a manifestation process, that this is definitely an intentional, fated meeting. So Sorry if you guys were looking for like, oh, is this my twin flame? Is this my soulmate? Is this? Even when it comes to my own journey, I have a difficulty labeling others around me. I just think we're all soul family, and then there's like direct soul family, people that I feel closer to, the connections that really call to me. I see soul connections as a map. Let me look for some like paper that like, think of all of us like collective consciousness as like a circle, and it's like me being here, and anyone who's like right here I might be like twin flame, and then anyone that's like really close might be like soulmate, and then farther I might be like, oh, just karmic, and then over here I'm like, I guess they're technically karma because this is the world problems and that's my karma too, but what's that got to do with me? But the point is, everything is all the same once you fill it all in, color this in. It's the collective consciousness. So the way I see things, the reason why labeling I think exists has to do with the distance, the closeness that we're feeling, the connection, the strength of the connection. So I do think like, I don't think you could just meet someone that, I do think, but like you could meet someone that you just don't relate with at all, really. And on an energetic level, a soul level, we do technically, but it's like you have to find that connection, and it's a lot harder too because they're much farther away from you on this like map that is collective consciousness. So Spirit is just saying, given confirmation, you're feeling it this strongly, so of course they're in your like closer proximity. They're definitely that deeper soul connection. Your heart really does know. So that's reading number 1. Got really, really long. Love and light. Peace out. Alright, reading number 2. The citrine. So let's look into it. Let's see what kind of energy comes out for reading number 2. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so you might be here wondering, because you might be wondering, like, do they feel it too? Like, you clearly feel a connection. That's why you're here, so you're definitely feeling it. So right away, I just want to give you confirmation. Like, of course this is the connection you're feeling. Of course it is, because why else would you feel it, And I guess the question is, do they feel it too? I see with the Knight of Pentacles, anyone can feel the strength of a connection if we're all open. If the world was all open, we would kind of be at balance with the global consciousness, and everyone would feel connected. So if the person doesn't feel connected, or says like, I don't feel this soulmate connection or whatever, like, we're not a past life connection, I don't know what you're talking about, like, past life doesn't exist, whatever it is, that's just because they got more guard up, they have more armor, that's on them. So you really don't need anyone to confirm for you like what the connection is. All you need is yourself and your own intuition. Like, what do you think? What do you feel? What do you believe this connection is? And it's totally okay if you're like, I don't know. Because that's the beauty of self-discovery. Okay. With the 3 of Cups. But they're definitely a strong connection. This is definitely a connection. We are all this, but this is definitely a connection of true love. 3 of Cups I see as the unconditional love card. So pretty powerful with the Knight of Pentacles. So just even with the walls and the armor, it's like the energy penetrates that because you guys' connection is just so strong. It's pretty undeniable at this point is what I want to say. Okay. Wow. This is definitely like a soulmate connection. Everyone's a karmic connection for us because we got so much to learn, but this is a really, really solid connection. It's not going anywhere. None of the connections we pick up on ever are going anywhere. We've lost people, we've had to say goodbyes, but we remember those people, so the connection was never lost. So same applies to this connection. This is a eternal connection, of course. So in a past life, I'm seeing you guys already hit it off really, really well. If any of you are viewing from reading 1, you can see this as a different past life if you want, or the same past life. I wasn't there, so I can't promise you like this is what the story is, but I see if you guys came from reading number 1 and you listen to those messages about the past life of like needing time apart, I'm seeing this as either further in that same past life, or this is as a whole different past life, where you resolved those issues and came together. That might even be talking about this life. After a while, they all meshed together, right? The Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay, so this is a past life as well. This feeling, it's like when you're in separation from this person, you're like, why do I feel separated but know that we're connected still? Why do I feel so much for this person? Why do I miss this person? And it's like perhaps you were very, very close in a past life, and meeting them again, and maybe even before meeting them, maybe this whole life you grew up feeling alone, apart from something, a part of yourself that was missing. I think it was this connection, and you met them and you're like, that explains all my feelings of childhood and everything, you know, like, oh, I'm speaking for myself especially, but these are the messages I'm getting, honestly. I even got chills. I was like, whoa. So this is definitely, I'm feeling, resonating for some of you out there. And it's like, yeah, this love connection, can't mistake it. It almost feels like you were growing up to recognize it for sure. That when you saw it, you'd be like, I know this connection. Oh, this is the connection I was thinking of, like, all this time. That I didn't have a label over it, or maybe you did. Like, maybe you're looking for, like, a spouse, or you were looking for, this is me, a best friend. Not really sure what you were looking for, but at the same time you were sure. You knew you wanted someone who treated you equally. You wanted a true love connection from the get-go, and that's this person. So that's who this person was for you in a lifetime, because if you're feeling it this lifetime, that comes from somewhere, you know? Okay. This came out in reading number 1. You definitely manifested this connection, so there's no doubt about that. We are creators of our reality. We create absolutely everything in our lives. We don't create what others choose to do with their powers of creation, but we, with our beliefs, do all create our reality. It's pretty true from what I've noticed and experienced, and what from many others have as well. So definitely, this was a fated meeting. You were destined to meet with this person in this lifetime, and you did, for a reason. Hope that answers the who is this person in my past life. Let's look at the purpose of this life. Why did you guys meet right now? Oh my god. This came out in reading number 1. So definitely I feel like all these readings are like gonna mesh. So if you want to listen to these messages and see different like perspectives, possibly different past lives, maybe the other readings will resonate. Maybe they'll all, just sound like different aspects of the same situation. So you met this lifetime to wow, this card, I'm coming full circle with reading number 1. These were like the beginning cards. So you met to feel and remember this connection and recognize you can't lose it. You've always had this. You already have had happy endings, many happy endings, and it's going to keep happening. And the reason you met this person in this life is, I believe, to come together. The 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, and to deal with some challenges, some needing to align more with yourself, to find yourself all over again, find more of yourself, more self-discovery. So this person challenges you, teaches you a lot. You get a lot out of this connection. The Page of Swords, yeah, helps you learn, helps you grow. So what else? The 9 of Swords. And so if you get too caught up in the thought process, this also came out in reading 1. If you get too much thought and you get these fears, Spirit is saying, Or like, this is just my advice. If you find yourself in this kind of mode, and you can just kind of guess what this feeling represents to you, or rather, you know what this feeling is, you know, if you've ever felt this way, or if you're like, no, that's not me, this just represents like fear, that, or doubt, like what if the connection's not, you know. Spirit saying, like, if you're getting in your head, go ahead, I said this for reading 1, go ahead and put your hands over your heart, feel your heartbeat, and realize, like, we give our like mind so much credit, like our heart does so much too. So Spirit is saying, trust your heart, literally just trust your heart, ask your heart the questions that you're wondering, and your heart has the answers. So that's reading number 1, or sorry, reading number 2. Hope that resonates. It's kind of like a fun reading, and yeah, sending lots of love and light. Peace out, guys. And then reading number 3. So this might be a shorter message because the first one was really long. The second one was kind of long, and so the third one might be sort of shorter. But this is the amethyst. Readings 1 and 2, from how I saw them, like, they definitely felt connected energy-wise. So I'm not sure how reading 3 is gonna go, but we're about to find out. The 6 of Pentacles. This is an equal, balanced connection. So once again, more confirmation for all of us. The connection you're feeling is the connection you are feeling. Whatever you think this connection is to you, it is what it is. This is a true connection. This is a solid soul connection that you're feeling. So thought-wise, some of you might not think that it's balanced. And so Spirit is saying that's because you're putting too much thought into it. If you put less thought into it, draw back your energy to make the scale balance. Like, if you're giving a lot and you're not receiving like a lot, then Spirit is saying you don't have to give that much. You don't have to put in that much work to the connection. A connection's strength is not determined by how much effort you put into it. A connection's strength is by how much love you recognize in it, how much commitment you know you have with it, loyalty, understanding, trust, things of that nature. Those things, that is a form of effort, but it's not the physical, mental effort, and it shouldn't put a strain on you. 3 of Cups is on the back, so I'm getting, you know, this is a genuine connection. Obviously, it's a connection of true love. So in a past life, yeah. So already from here, I was like, all right, there's some issues with this past life connection, and then the Devil comes out. So in a with the Empress. So I'm seeing that the issue was in a past life. You guys are a karmic connection, yes. You know, soulmate, twin flame. If you guys resonate with that term, or if you're like, no, I'm not thinking about my twin flame, it's someone else. That's fine too. For some of you listening, this could be about your twin flame. For others of you, this could be your soulmate. Whatever it is, this is a connection of true love that in the past life, it was out of balance. The feminine energy actually might have been more like tipping on the scales, but it could be the masculine energy too. Regardless, it was out of balance. If one person is out of balance, both are out of balance when it comes to the connection. Think of yourself, and like, you are responsible for yourself and the balance you have within yourself. When you add to that and have another connection, have a person, you know, and you're like, we are a connection, you become at the same time one person, and then that means however it is, you're both held accountable. So I'm seeing it was out of balance. That doesn't mean it's their fault. That doesn't mean it's your fault. It means both of you collectively as a fusion. Steven Universe as a show. Anyways, you as a fusion were out of balance in a past life. Wow. And I think in the past life, there wasn't much stop. There wasn't much time of pause. So I think this life, if you notice that they withdraw quickly when there's some sort of challenge, maybe it's because in the past life you guys never hit the pause, never hit the brakes, and always kept trying to fix things, but would constantly find yourself in more karmic issues because you weren't seeing the bigger picture. You were thinking too much about it and putting too much thought and too much effort and refusing to let go of the 3D world connection. I'm seeing in this lifetime, maybe you or the other person chooses to step away. Maybe you see yourself bouncing back and forth. And that might sound challenging, but I'm seeing that's a good thing. I'm seeing in the past life, there was not much of that time of pause, and that is what actually created this separation in the first place, by losing yourselves throughout that journey. And so I'm seeing this lifetime, you might be in a time of pause with this person, where you kind of come together every once in a while, but like you never like stick for a long time because something comes up, or you get triggered, they get triggered, or for no reason they disappear or whatever. Spirit says you know what it is. You know it's fear that's getting in the way. You know it's scared to commit, scared what if things go wrong from either you or the other person. So it's like, you know what this connection is. You know that much. So I think you're genuinely wondering, like, okay, like, I trust what this connection is, but are we meant to fix it this lifetime? Is it going to be fixed this lifetime? And that's the beauty of it all. You are on your own journey. Of course you're meant to be happy and like and love and have love and like enjoy your journey and like and all that stuff. We are meant to love ourselves and feel like life is a reward, is a journey of many pleasure and pains. And so sometimes we might get so caught up in how good things feel that we don't want the bad, or we get so caught up in how bad things feel that we just don't think the good exists. But they both definitely exist. There's definitely a balance. Everything has its place, its purpose. So I need Spirit to help me out. What was I getting with all this? Ace of Wands and Temperance. Yeah, so don't let past hold you back. That's exactly the point. Like, maybe you have a more difficult life than one might imagine. Maybe you have an easier life or harder or whatever. They're all the same. We're all living our lives. We all have our own circumstances. Maybe you've heard someone say stuff like, oh, well, you're not out on the streets, so like you shouldn't be complaining. Or maybe you heard someone say like, oh, well, like, you know, like, you're lucky and that person's unlucky. Like, we can't help being born into different circumstances. So we were saying, like, exactly, that's the point. You were born in these exact circumstances. People are born in exact circumstances they are in. People who are born in circumstances that suck, like, in ways that you wouldn't want, you know? Of course they deserve better. And then, like, they deserve to feel better about themselves. It is those circumstances that causes, that creates that ripple effect for them to feel like they're not worthy of certain things, or that this is what life is like. That's the trick, that no matter what your circumstances are, if you can change your beliefs and find it in you to find yourself all over again and to love yourself and really realize like how much you are, which is everything, you are the universe, then manifestation gets a whole lot easier. The journey does seem to take off. So basically the final message I'm getting is, no matter your circumstance, you don't deserve that. You are not your circumstances. You do deserve better. You deserve the world. You deserve world peace, harmony, happiness, love, feeling good enough, feeling worthy of being on your journey and everything. And so Spirit is saying, like, this connection, it has been teaching you that, like, time and time again. And that's what this connection is. Past life, future life, present life, every life. Every connection is a learning connection. So it's definitely a very, very powerful connection. So what does Spirit want to say about the two of you in this lifetime? Seven of Wands. That it looks like either you or this other person might be fighting the connection slightly. Or fighting, and if you're fighting a connection, you're fighting yourself. So don't take that personally. Don't take that as in they're fighting you specifically. It's just a self battle. So you got to face your own battles. The Nine of Wands, yeah. And so I think one of you is feeling backed up against the wall when it comes to the connection, and I think the other is feeling like it's not going to go away and doesn't know how to make the issues go away. but you both want these challenges to disappear. I see you both do want to come together. I can even sort of clarify, what do you want? Yeah, so see, like, you're both sad over what's lost. This isn't about, like, fighting being in each other's lives, though that may manifest that way. This is like fighting challenges within ourselves of what we think we are worthy of, or what we're responsible or not responsible for. In this case, this is like, I'm not creating these issues, I'm not creating this, why is this happening? Like, all these different tasks in my life, why do I have to deal with all this? And it's like eventually learning, like, oh, I was holding on to past energy, and that kept manifesting these challenges for me, not because I deserve to feel bad, but because I deserve to let go of these things to no longer face these challenges in the future. So that's one person. And then the other person is like, more like, I want to see this person, but there's all these walls in my way. I want to get there, but I don't have the strength to tap these, to knock these wands down. I can't get them to go away. So very, very different, but overall the same. Both want to come together, but both are feeling differently about their circumstances. But ultimately, I'm seeing you both feel that you maybe can't do anything about these outside circumstances, but I think you both also know, by letting go, that you can watch them melt away. Like, when this person heals themselves, I see them like, whoa, like in their mind, like these wands are just sinking. I see them as like part of you. So one wand goes inside this person, and just like going to the bathroom, like it expels out of you. Like, you have to release it, and it takes time, one wand at a time. And then for you, or for this other person, this is like recognizing, okay, I'm manifesting this somehow. These are meant to help me to grow stronger. This is like about not thinking that these are bad wands, thinking that these are good wands, that these are wands that are meant to support you. And when you change your view on what these challenges are like and what they're for, and that it's actually supposed to help you, then it will. And it is going to, no matter what. And I'll just give myself as an example. So my 7 of Wands was that I broke my phone screen. Like, how could that be a good thing, right? But it pushed me to fix it. It pushed me to not want to break it as, like, anymore. Like, I didn't break it the first time. My dog pulled on my headphones. So, like, really, it was multiple outside circumstances outside of my control, other than the fact that I was at the right place and time, or wrong place and time, to manifest the situation happening. But it pushed me in many ways to keep myself motivated, to keep trying to be productive, and realizing, like, how I manifested that, and that, like, somehow, some way, I am responsible for that, but also not. So learning to take that as a lesson and a blessing can really, really help. And just a final message, what, above all else, like a final positive message, what does Spirit want to say? Page of Pentacles. This is a genuine connection that it will grow if you let it. If you hold on to it, like, think of this as a seed. If you hold on to this and you don't let it go into the soil, it's not going to grow. So you do need to let this go. I see with the High Priestess, you know this. You know you need to let this person go, this connection go, when it comes to what they can and cannot do. When it comes to, like, where they can and cannot be. Like, what can and cannot happen. Like, I feel like for some of you out there, maybe it's like, well, if we're this strong of a connection, why can't we be together? And it has a lot to do with perception of what being together means. So it's kind of tricky. Because Spirit, yeah, 2 of Pentacles. Because Spirit is saying, like, you are together. You are connected. You just have to keep working on yourself and doing what you think is right and doing what you think is fair. Not just for yourself, but for everyone. Consider everybody and where everyone is at on their journey. You have to consider, what if this person isn't awake by your standards? And, like, what if they don't recognize the connection to the same level you do? That does not mean to take away from what you're recognizing. That just means give them credit that it's not the time for them for this connection. So yeah, these were, like, really different messages from readings 1 and 2, actually. I was going to say, like, yeah, they all connect. They might. But I do feel this is kind of a bit of a different energy. You know, King of Swords. I keep seeing the King and Queen of Swords. I'm just seeing, like, be positive about this connection. I think there's a lot about what you're seeing with your thoughts and rationalizing that can make the connection seem too good to be true. But Spirit is saying it is really good. It is very powerful. It's the sun. It's a very positive connection. So trust that. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. You can always communicate with your higher self to kind of get into soul searching. If you're down with, like, angels, or I don't know if you guys are a fan of demons, like, go for it. Communicate with, well, I don't know if I should recommend that. I don't know. We all have different, like, support systems for ourselves, but whatever it is that you feel might support you, it wouldn't hurt to ask for help. It wouldn't hurt to reach out energetically and see what comes up through the dream world, or through maybe your clairaudience, and things like that. Yeah, alright, so that's reading number 3. These are all very long. So I hope you guys enjoyed those messages. I had a good time. Talk to you all soon. If you have any other pick a card suggestions, you guys can leave them in the comments, and I'll definitely consider them. So take care, guys. Peace out.